Hi guys, so if you've seen my previous video on my warband, I mentioned briefly how my wargaming club has taken up 40k again, which is great because I love the game. It has its problems, sure, but I really enjoy it, and it sort of given me the impetus to start painting my tower, which I've always enjoyed, and I thought I should show you a brief rundown of all the units that I have so far. I've got quite a lot. Not all of it is done. This is the only unit I would consider 100% done. And even then it's not, it's got a little bits here and there. And I've actually got 10 of these guys. They're called the Breaches. They're the new unit that came out. And basically instead of having the long, slender pulse rifles that they normally have, they instead have what can only be described as shotguns. They're called pulse blasters, and basically they get stronger the closer they are. But we're not talking about the rules, we're talking about the models. As you can see, if it would focus, it's not going to focus, I'll put it down. There you go. It has like a different shaped helmet, they have different shaped shoulder pads as well. And obviously then the short and stocky pulse blasters. So what I'll do is that I'll obviously run down all the colours that I used. So first of all I used Vallejo surface primer, this bad boy here, and it's grey, used my airbrush, and then I base coated with Vallejo Model Air white grey, which is a very off white, but it's perfect. I then dry brushed white because I wasn't too bothered because they were going to get heavily weathered, so I wasn't too concerned about getting the highlights perfect. So I just did like a very light dry brush, so you can just because the helmets and the shoulder pads are quite angled, it caught quite nicely. Once that was painted and dry, I gave it a pin wash of Agrax Earthshade, so I didn't just slap it on. I did try and work it into the recesses, but I wasn't too bothered if it bled because again it was going for the weathered look, so I was okay with it. The red detailing, which is only on the Shazwi, the Sergeant, I used Gory Red, which is probably the same as Corn Red from Games Workshop. This is the Game Air version, but there's other versions available. I then gave the fatigues a black wash, and I used a mix. I used the Audon black, but then there was P3 armor wash, the old Badab black, and I think that's it. And then obviously half again of water, so I had the mix of those three inks, and then mixed it 50-50 with water, and that's my wash, and it gives a very dark grey wash, which is just great. Painted the boots black. They actually have their hooves, like you can actually see the hooves, but I just wanted to paint them all black. It doesn't make sense to me why they have their feet exposed. And then the gun stock, I suppose, was painted Skaven Blight Dinge, which is the Games Workshop layer paint. That was washed with the new non-oil, so that's why it's a slightly different black, but it's not that noticeable. And then it came to the weathering, which was Rhinox Hide, which I've done on all my town miniatures, and I was essentially just using a sponge. Here it is. You basically bunch it up so it's a curved surface area, and then you're dabbing away the paint until there's barely anything left, so it's almost like a dry brush effect, and then you're dabbing it slightly on, adding more as you please, and it gives this really nice heavily weathered effect. Now these guys are charged with charging into the front lines of the enemy, so they're going to be heavily weathered, but all my army's weathered. So these are the Breaches. Thanks guys.